Hey everybody, it's Rob from Flailthroughs. This is Gundam Battle Operation 2, and this is a guest video from Salty Walty in the Gyan. Salty told me he had a really good round in the Gyan with a rough start but a good finish, so we are going to take a look at that. Gyan is still, it's pretty good. It is one of those things that basically puts almost all its eggs into the melee basket. It does really good damage. It does really linear, very pinpoint damage that you have to be very careful about using. And it kind of is a little bit fragile in my experience. They have finally made it so that its shield is a shield. Specifically, it's a buffer type shield. You take less damage when things hit the shield, as opposed to the hit point style of shield where if there aren't weapons, dependent on the existence of the shield, it will just break. Sometimes weapon shields can break too. I think it just kind of depends on whether or not the animators can figure out a way to make it look good. Make it look like it's not functioning as a shield while the weapon part is functioning. Which, glad I don't have to do that. But let's see, yeah. Oh man, that Sniper White Dingo and that Gundam Full Armor Gundam Ground were both kind of a bother, but neither Salty has type advantage against neither, but they should have lowish melee defense, so he should still be able to take pretty good bites out of them. But at the moment, he wasn't able to get a really good good in on them because they were sticking together pretty well. And, it happens. Definitely his team's doing pretty well to start out, 2965 to 710, so there's plenty of time to work on that and get a good, jump on them. So, and of course there is a support here, which I'm pretty sure Salty took out once already. So, there's plenty of stuff to do here, and plenty of chances for a Gyan to Gyan. But yeah, like I said, I've always felt like it's one of the more delicate melee raids. It does have a buffer now, and it has always had a dodge roll, which is nice. But yeah, it's a tricky one sometimes, and any melee raid kind of has trouble getting in when the enemy team is sticking together. Because yeah, as you can see, they stopped him from finishing that Pale Rider, but they. One of his teammates did manage to grab it, so, it was gotten. That's something. That is a Gun Cannon 2 there. Yeah, that's what Salty killed before. And Gun Cannon 2 is fun, too, but also one that I feel like can be kind of hard to use. Now that the cannon can be fired uncharged, that makes a huge difference. Good emergency tackle from that Gun Cannon, I gotta say. Because, yeah, that was... if it had not tackled, Salty would have killed it for sure. See, he's throwing hide bombs up the hill. Not a terrible plan. I'm not even sure what grabbed him there. Was it, it says a Full Armor Gundam Ground. If so, I'm not sure if it hit him with the cannon or if it hit him with a saber or what. Just, just like out of nowhere, he was gone. But 4185 to 3895. Yeah, the enemy team is doing a pretty good job of sticking together at the moment. That support fire is probably, looks like it may have killed one of them, or at least maybe gotten a pilot, and it did spread them out a bit, which is good news, because that once the team spread out, it's a little bit easier to, pick an angle, pick an angle of attack as a raid, and get in there. Let's see. Yeah, looks like they have a couple of Pale Rider types, if I'm not mistaken. One is a Vincent Gleisner. And oh no, that's not a Pale Rider. That is a Nero Trainer. Kind of like how the Hex camo came out on that too. I don't know why it reminds me of this picture I saw today of a blueberry bundt cake sitting on marble counter, and if it weren't for the blue plate the cake was on, it would be perfectly camouflaged. But it was that kind of black and white speckled looking pattern, and that's what did it. But yeah, Salty is now heading right for that Gun Cannon. But unfortunately, it did manage to tag him. Luckily, he's got a teammate moving in on it, so he may... Nope, I was about to say, he may be able to get it, but Gun Cannon got a good shot in and was able to stop him. It's not, the Gun Cannon 2 is not going to live long for that privilege, though, as you can see. And with 3 minutes left, still a 2,500 point lead. And yeah, it's so far so good. I haven't really taken Gyan or anything like it into the trenches. I want to play more trench rounds with different kinds of mobile suits, because I feel like I haven't really gotten the knack of fighting here. I've had some good rounds here, but just, you know, if there's like a trick to it, or if there's some like specific way to approach things that would help, I haven't figured it out yet for myself. It's the thing is too new. That said, I'd love to see some more new maps anytime they want to do it. See, I think that was the that may have been the Gun Cannon 2 that just hit him. So, if so, yes, it is. And yeah, let's see. Okay, it went for melee. That's actually a very intelligent move. Now it's wasted its tackle, and with no one here, oh wow, it actually punched him. Okay, yeah, this I'm gonna say, you know, that Gun Cannon 2 player is pretty slick, but yeah, once the Gyan gets its claws into a support, there's not a lot that's gonna save it. You can see it does quite well against generals, too. Good tackle by Salty. Yeah, he has found his stride here for sure. Yeah, good quick 3-hit combo. Didn't use the downswing for faster recovery. Pulled back after he did a lot of leg damage to that one mobile suit, and now he's going to have an opportunity to get in again. And that is that Pale Rider VG down. I think that's the Gun Cannon just spawned right in front of him. The Gym Sniper 2 White Dingo was not ready to counter him, and yes, that is the Gun Cannon 2, and it's not going to live very long, I don't think. Yeah, especially since now I just stunned it for him. And yeah, good control there by Salty. He did not use the downswing, which would have knocked his ally over. I think he did catch them with a neutral, but, you know, that's a brief stun. There weren't any other enemies in the area. And yeah, good counter on that Nero Trainer, and a good follow-up. Yeah, like I said, Salty's running away with this now. This is what the Gyan can do when you get into a good groove, and also when the enemy team finally breaks its formation. That was the key here, because yeah, basically if you're good with a melee mobile suit, you can take down any one enemy if your reflexes and your pattern recognition are good. But it's, trying to approach groups that is the hard part. Now that the enemy team has gotten a little bit disorganized and ungrouped, yeah, Salty's got him. And, okay, good dodge by the Nero Trainer. They may, bounce because they have equal priority, 3. And the Isaac was able to keep it still long enough for Salty to knock it down. I think it's going to survive, or, yeah, Salty's just trying to survive and make sure they keep the win at the moment. So, yeah, that was, again, he was right. That was a really good, really strong finish. Took good advantage of the enemy team just kind of, losing their formation. And in the process, did 4,400 points and 122,000 damage with 9 kills. So, yeah, definitely a good round, and thank you for passing that to me, Salty. That is going to do it for today's Gundam Battle Operation 2. We'll be back soon with more. Till next time, everybody take care and have fun. Later! I probably mentioned this before, but since Salty and I have been getting together to play the multiplayer parts of Final Fantasy Tactics War of the Lions, this made me think of it. I did get Tactics Ogre Reborn over the holidays. Actually before the holidays, and then I spent a lot of time playing it, got to the Palace of the Dead, formerly known as the Hellgate, and Deneb the Witch, who is really hard to recruit in her best possible form, fell down a hole and died, and I didn't notice until I'd saved over all my files. So I can either go back 50 hours and do more, and do the Palace of the Dead over, or I can just let the game sit and hope that somebody comes up with a nice detailed save editor for it so I can get her back in the party without having to sacrifice that whole run. Because that was like probably a full third of my playtime. I am enjoying it. I do recommend it, but be really careful in the Palace of the Dead because there are bottomless pits there. And they were added to the game in the PSP version where there was basically a 3 strikes rule for death. There's no 3 strikes rule in Reborn, so if somebody falls down a pit, you will get no, You will get no, like, death dialogue, and they'll just be gone. And if you don't notice it, you're in trouble.